In every interaction, a second conversation takes place, one that does not rely on words. We often believe communication is built on what is spoken, but the most impactful messages are conveyed without speech. Silence, body language, and subtle expression shape our understandings of others, influencing trust, authority, and perception in ways we rarely notice. Silence, absence, or presence. Silence is often misunderstood as emptiness, a pause in conversation, an awkward break between sentences. But in reality, silence is never empty. It is full of meaning, intention, and control. The way silence is used can determine the power dynamics of conversation. Think about how silence shifts the atmosphere. A well-timed pause can create tension, making words that follow feel heavier. A lack of response can force someone to reveal more than they intended. In debate and negotiation, silence is a weapon used to provoke, hold, or pressure an opponent into revealing their position. In personal relationship, silence can be a message of comfort or distance. When two people sit quietly together without discomfort, it is a sign of deep understanding. But when someone suddenly withdraws their words, avoiding eye contact or interaction, the silence speaks volumes. It signals discontent, emotional pain, or even rejection. The body language, words we never speak. Even when we say nothing, we are always communicating. Body language, our posture, facial expression, hand gesture, reveals what we feel and think before we ever say it out loud. Psychologists have studied this extensively. Microexpressions, tiny involuntary facial movements, that last less than a second, betray emotion we try to conceal. Someone might say they are fine, yet their hips tighten, their gaze shift. Small signs that expose the truth beneath their words. Beyond the face, our posture sends signals too. A confident person stands tall, their shoulders relax, their stance open. A nervous or insecure person shrinks, crosses their arms, avoids eye contact. These unspoken cues influence how people perceive us, whether they trust us, fear us, or feel comfortable around us. In leadership and influence, body language speaks louder than credentials. A calm, steady presence can instill confidence in a room. A person who appears uncomfortable, even if their words are plain well prepared, might lose credibility simply because their posture contradicts their message. Studies in psychology reveal that nonverbal communication makes up the majority of human interaction. Some researchers suggest that up to 93% of communication is influenced by tone, facial expression, and body movements, rather than actual words. One key theory is the expectation violation theory, which explains how people react when body language does not align with expected behavior. For example, if someone speaks confidently but their hands tremble, listeners instinctively feel that something is off. This mismatch between spoken and unspoken message creates subconscious doubt. Another psychological principle is the mere exposure effect, which states that familiarity breeds comfort. Just sitting near someone repeatedly, even without speaking much, can create a communication, connection, This is why shared silence between close friends or partner feels natural, while silence with a stranger might feel uncomfortable. Mastering unspoken communication. Understanding the power of unspoken words allows us to take control of how we are perceived. Recognizing body language, interpreting silence, and using pause effectively can improve personal relationship, strengthen leadership, and even protect us from manipulation. We do not need to say everything to be heard. Sometimes the strongest message is the one left unspoken. The quiet confidence, the deliberate pause, the subtle shift in posture. In a world full of noise, those who understand the silent language hold true influence.